Hi everybody, this is Amy from Clayground Paint Your Own Pottery Studio in Worcester. I am going to show you a simple Spolvero design from start to finish. That's a complex one I just showed you at the beginning. We're going to do a little simpler one. Grab your pattern. The Spolvero patterns are perforated patterns on vellum. You grab the vellum that you want with the pattern you want. You grab this graphite, powdered graphite, and the little clay basin and the little pouncer. Dip the pouncer in the graphite and take your ceramic, put your Spolvero transfer pattern down and pounce with the pouncer over the pattern, and the graphite will go through the perforations and transfer the pattern down over your ceramic. In this case, a 6-inch tile. So the next thing I'm going to do is go in and outline the graphite lines with a pen, just so that I don't accidentally wipe away the pattern as I'm painting. So you can trace the pattern as is. You can leave out lines that you don't like if you wish, if you want to even simplify the design a little bit more. Or you can go in and add more. In that case, I added that little leaf exclamation point just for demonstration purposes to show you how you can add. On the back of the stack of Spolvero transfer patterns, there's some color suggestions for the pattern that you have. I decided to go my own way and do a yellow to dark blue color story. I started with the bright yellow. I was thinking that warmer colors make designs pop more because they come, warmer colors tend to optically come forward, and areas of the tile that I didn't, that I wanted to push back, optically push back, I was going to do in the green and blue. So then I realized you can also leave areas white and not put any color in, and those will come even more forward than the yellow. So I decided I'd let those tri-leaf patterns be the lightest thing on the tile, and then the little clover leaf is the second lightest thing on the tile. Here I'm just showing you, when you paint here, we have these little turtle biscuits with the final result of the color that in the bottle. So you can pull those, they're Velcroed to our paint area, so you can pull them off and put them side by side to see what looks good side by side. And you're also welcome to keep them at your table if you want, if it's not too crowded, just to remind yourself that the paint that you're painting is going to get darker and shinier. Right now it's a little pale. So next I decided I would take that green and fill in the blocks under the tricolor leaf pattern. And here I'm kind of playing around. The paint isn't quite dry yet in the corners of those tri-leaf patterns, so I'm kind of flooding in a little kind of a gradient with going from the bright yellow to the egg yolk yellow to the mint green. I usually say apply 3 coats and let dry between coats and try not to blob on the color, but in this case I did want to kind of swirl around the color, not too much, but get it kind of a little bit blended. So it's never going to be a perfect, computerized gradient of color, but when you look at it from a distance, your eye just kind of makes that correction for you and makes the blend. Then I decided to go over the green a second time with a second coat of color, a second coat of the green. So I just went through and did that twice. When you are outlining something in the Sharpie, you have to go over it at the end, or paint right up to the edges, because the Sharpie will fire off in the kiln. So that's just a little, I'll go over it you'll see at the end of this video, I'm gonna go over those red lines with some blue. And then I decided that the bars, the kind of borders of the tile, I wanted to be, the darkest color was the dark blue. So the order that I want the images to pop is the tricolored leaves first, the shamrock, the little yellow shamrock second, and then the green third and the blue fourth. So, and I think I only went over, because that dark blue is so dark, I only went over the frames once. That was the effect I wanted. I wanted it blue, but I didn't want it too dark. And I think at this point I was pretty satisfied with what I what I had. I decided to keep the little teardrops white as well. Then at last I did go over that. You'll see here I did go over the red lines right on top of them with the blue. If you had not gone over the red lines, they would have fired out and been white areas. So if you don't go over those lines, you'll note your image will kind of contract. I know that's kind of hard to explain, but I wanted to make sure that those were definitely colored in. So you can see here, I'm just finishing up at the end here. I went over everything that was red with blue, even the edges of the shamrocks. And that's the final result. See ya. Bye-bye.